Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be talking about some heavy slugs, since I've decided to test out the NSAs in 15 and 20.5 grains. I've decided to test them at my usual three distances: 34, 75 and 100 meters. The gun that I'll be using for the test is my trusty FX Impact M3. It's pretty standard, not much changed about it. I have the 600mm liner on it and I have a pin probe. Apart from that, it's just spec'd up with some Sabre tactical parts and an Accutech bipod. I have the Element Titan here on top and a humor moderator out here. The thing that I have down here is a mount that I made myself for my crony. I started the test yesterday in my backyard with the 15 grainers, and the result of this test was like this. Sorry guys, I didn't film it, but I think we'll all survive this. So let's move directly on to the shooting at 75 meters. Whoa, something happened there. There. Well, apart from the one that got away, I really don't know what that was about, so I'm taking myself the liberty of ruling that out. But anyway, let's go down and measure it up. Okay, so back with the target. As you can see here, it's a pretty sweet group, and as you can see here, it's about a 1.4 or 1.5 centimeter group. I'll write it down here what it is in MOA, but it's definitely acceptable. It was not in my first attempt that I shot this group. It was more like in the third attempt. The first looked a bit like this, but yeah, there was one that got away early in the group, so I decided to shoot another one, and then I I decided to go for this up here, and the first shot was up here, so I aborted mission and set out for this part, for this down here. So but yeah, there was one that got away. I don't know what happened there, if it was a bad slug or something like that. But I mean, if you have a group like this, 6 shots and 5 so close, and one that gets away like this, there is yeah, obviously some kind of error, if it's the slug or if it's the idiot behind the gun, that might be. But anyway, this is the result of the 75 meter test on the 15 grainers. So let's move on to the 100 meters with the 15 grainers. Not too bad. Let's measure that one up. Okay, so back with the target from 100 meters, and it looks like this or like this. It's a 3.7 centimeter group, and I decided that I would take this group, even though it's in the first attempt, because well, partly I'm very happy with it, and I just want to show you what it is like to shoot with these, so you don't get like the best groups out of 10 or something like this. But a 3.7 centimeter group is definitely acceptable with the 15 grainers here at 100 meters. That was the end of the test of the 15 grainers. And conclusion is that I am very happy with the result. As you can see, I've been very honest about what you can expect from them. So it's not like the best group out of 10 that I've chosen. Here on 100 meters, it was the very first group that I showed you. So with that said, you can see that there is room for improvement, but this is almost like straight out of the box, or if you can say it like that. So yeah, the performance of the 15 grainers is very, very good. The settings on my gun for this test has been the regulator at 130, the macro adjuster at around 3.6, the front valve just past 4, and the first regulator, I think it actually moved up to about 180, which is a bit high. But anyway, I'm not too focused about the first stage regulator, as long as I can see that the second regulator is settling down pretty fast at the same pressure. So with that said, let's move on to the 20 grainers that I have never shot before. So I am very happy to see how they'll perform. So let's start the testing back at 34 meters. Welcome to this last and sadly rather uneventful part of the video. It's been about a week since I finished the testing of the 15 grainers, and it doesn't mean that I have been sitting on my hands for the last week, because actually I've been testing the 20 grainers quite extensively. And to make a long story short, I didn't get them to perform well at all. I could have shown you a lot of different groups, maybe 10 different groups, but it would have been boring, and you wouldn't have seen any groupings better than 5 centimeters on 34 meters. So that's a short story. The longer story is that I started the testing with the 600mm barrel in the same setup as I was shooting with the 15 grainers. I yanked the regulator up to 160, and I managed to test it between 800 and 880 feet per second. But yeah, sadly no good results there. So I wanted to test it at higher velocities, so I decided to swap the barrels to a 700mm liner, and with that one I managed to get the velocity up to 980 feet per second. But yeah, sadly no good results with that either. The best result that I got was probably around 940 feet per second with this 5 centimeter group at 34 meters. But yeah, if you've been following my channel for a while, you would know that it doesn't really meet my demands that I have for a slug. But does this mean that the 20 grainers are a bad slug? Definitely not. I'm just saying that the 20 grainers does not perform well in my 600 or my 700mm liner. If you have an M3, I mean, if you have the urge to go and test it, I think you should do so. And if you get better results, or you can shoot hole in hole on 100 meters, please write it in the comment section. I would love to hear how it's done, because I wasn't able to do it. But if you're shooting a different gun than the FX, your barrel might like the slugs better than the FX liners does. And for those of you who has been looking at my gun while I've been talking, yes, it is true, configuration has changed. I've managed to mount the Saber Tactical dual bottle adapter, and I have mounted the FX barrel tensioning system. So spoiler alert, that is gonna be my next video. I will be testing the barrel tensioner system in the FX Impact M3. So if you don't want to miss that, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss that video. Here at the end of the video, I would like to make a commercial for a Facebook group that I've been administrating. and it's called FX177 owners. And because it's right up my alley, I would advise you to go and apply for membership in that Facebook group. Currently it's a small group, but with your help I hope that we can make it grow to create a forum where we can share our experiences so that we can all get much more skilled airgunners. So with that said, that was the test of the 15 and the 20 grainers from NSA. And until next time, take care and shoot safe.